Well, hey there team, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to some more Dredge, the game that we have fallen in love with. Now, where were we? To catch back up, we bought ourselves a crab pot. We've teched up hard in the crab pot tree. However, old mate's busy skitzing out. He's doing the equivalent of cheesing, but with fish as well. He's spraying himself in the face with the fish, and so he's locked up the shop while he trips balls. And we've got this handkerchief as well. So ultimately, we want to go down here to Blackstone Isle. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to set out. We're set up. We're good to go. Our fear is down, so that's good. Nice. Got a little trail of crab pots. Scarlett's going to see. How many more crab pots do you need, Scarlett? And the answer to that question is yes. Now, interestingly, all these fish we've already got in our Pokedex, which we need to catch up on. Let's read an entry real quick. Because we're trying to, there's red blue mackerel, number 2 cod, plentiful and basic. Okay, that's pretty high end. I just got to remember to chip away at those. Now you should be able to visually see if they are aberrant, right? That's what the game told us. So if I was to check out Spyglass, yeah, I don't know. I don't think you can see Trophy. I think Trophy is just a random occurrence. But Aberrant is actually really fairly obvious. At least that's what it seemed. Let's drop our pot before we head out deeper. Off we go. See if we can figure out what's going on with that trinket. Well, we shouldn't call it a trinket because I think trinkets are different. But a knick-knack. Knick-knack sounds good. A MacGuffin, perhaps. Ruined mansion. Oh, look at this dude. He loves his shadows. He loves his dramatic angling. The man is standing in a doorway, watching you approach. He's holding an old book in one hand. It's bound in crimson with silver ribbons. You came. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a collector of many things, art and artifacts, treasures and truths and curios that occupy the periphery of desire. And you have something for me, the collector. You give the handkerchief to the collector. He holds it up to the flickering light and studies it. These patterns are unmistakable. Even after all this time, this handkerchief comes from an old ship that I've been searching for. It sank many years ago. It carried items of great importance, and as you can imagine, retrieving them is proving to be challenging. That's where you come in. My proposition is this. I will outfit your vessel with equipment that will let you dredge the wrecks and dark depths. Ooh, that's exactly what we're looking for. Find me these lost relics, and I will reward you in ways beyond all imagining. Oh, well, sounds good. Are you just going to huff them like the fish man, the fishmonger in town? You need not give up your fishing career. I'll merely need a few hours with your vessel to make the necessary alterations. What do you say? Oh, I absolutely accept. More gadgets, more bits. An excellent decision. I'll prepare the equipment immediately. The collector tinkers with your boat. Dredge crane added. The relics we're looking for are a ring, a necklace, a watch, and a music box and key. Are these just going to drop randomly in aberrant forms? I don't know. I would encourage you to ask around the towns about shipwrecks or other strange occurrences, anything that might be worth investigating. Return when you have something. Okay, sounds reasonable. Is the workshop open? Go inside. It's locked. Okay, right. And can we interact with him further? Where should I look for relics? You should ask around towns in the Marrows, which is Where we are? Yes, correct. So we could check Little Marrow and Greater Marrow. And I suppose maybe this place up north falls under the Marrow. It could be part of Devil's Spine. And our book entry also seems to want us to go to Gale Cliffs next. So what can we see about... So we don't see the dredge manifested. Search for relics. The collector. The collector has installed dredging equipment on my boat. I'm to locate some relics for him. He said he'll reward me well for any I return to him at Blackstone Isle. Checking out shipwrecks and the like would be a good place to start. He mentioned that the locals might be able to point me to some. Find a key in the Marrows. Oh, right, there's going to be one in each biome. That's fine. That's fine. Bit of a carrot on the stick scenario. But now we have a new toy. It's definitely installed. Yes, very good. All right. Let's get a dredging. Oh, my camera. Please, please, camera, stop doing that. Okay. So. Is that blue mackerel? Oceanic. Ooh! Oh, is that the actual ring? Like, no questions asked. Alright, alright. That's sort of like fixed. Start dredging. Press F to avoid changing lanes. What are you talking about? Oh, I see. I see. Worn golden ring. Well, that was easy enough. Gold always holds its value. Oh, but that might not be the specific item? Do you think that counts as a trinket? Look, safe than sorry, and we're already out in this part of the woods. Let's go and have a chat. See. But it might be that we have to sell this in the small town. Look at this breeze coming through with dusk. Take a look at these trinkets. Do not bother me with common clutter. I hear that trader in Little Marrow deals with such trivialities. Anything else? Okay, cool. Well, that answers our question. I mean, no need for him to be a knob about it, but whatever. Oh, look at this. Oh, hang on. Is that gonna... Are we gonna be able to... Oh, no! We want to go get that bottle at some point. So we don't have the gear for this, tragically. Dredge. Here we go. Rods and reels. We're finished reading. Straightforward, simple techniques on operating fishing equipment more efficiently. Not much I didn't already know, though. Rods will reel in 10% more effectively. Wonderful. Tech me up, baby. What do we reckon? What's this we've got in front of us? Arrow squid? I mean, we might as well. Am I going crazy? No, it's not there. What was that sound? Here's our dredgeable here. Oh no. Fantastic. Ooh! Fits like a glove. Huh. Am I going mad? There's something dredgeable right there. There it is. What do we got here? Wood. Lumber. Fantastic. That's what you want to see. Oh, we can dredge for more? Sure, yeah. Fishing for wood, my favourite. So, is there a scenario where I can fit this? See, that's another option there. No, I think I might have to ditch my fish. There might be a combination in there that I can't see, but that's fine. I think the wood is important for some of the stuff that we want to level up. See now, I'm not convinced that rock's there. However, if I hit it, I'm sure it will still damage my ship all the same. Okay. Grieving father. Hello, is everything okay? Do you know of any shipwrecks around here? Well, yes, you see, my only son was lost at sea sometimes years ago. He's still out there somewhere in one of those wrecks, all alone in the cold, dark water. It's a bit tragic. The man is clearly trying his hardest to remain composed, but tremors of grief rack his body. I was wondering, I noticed that you have some dredging equipment installed on your vessel. If you're able to retrieve any of his belongings from the wreck, I think he'd feel more at peace if his mementos were with me. Sure. I can't see the harm, and there's probably profit in it for me too. He wore a bronze belt buckle, specially engraved. I'd recognise it anywhere. If there's a chance that you could find it, I'd be in your debt. Anything else I can help you with? Do you know of any shipwrecks around here? I've told you all that I know. What do you know about any strange occurrences? I don't get out a lot anymore, so I don't see much of what goes on. But I do remember the old mayor in his final days. What an awful sight it was. Screaming and throwing things into the sea. Throw it back, he would cry over and over. Interesting, the purple colouring, the abhorrent colouring. I wonder if it's tied, you know, narratively they're trying to tie threads together. I poo-pooed the idea of colouring text to enhance inflection, because to me I just see it as a failing on the writer's ability to wield wordplay well. You know, the example I gave at the time was using emoticons, emojis, to stand in for actual emotionally deep storytelling. However, if they're trying to use this as a sort of narrative thread catch, I'm not against it. I wonder if that's what they're doing or if I'm inventing something in my head. The idea that as different parts of different stories get thrown in, you would color code it so that the player would intuit that that ties back to a different story thread. It's actually a cool idea, if either they've invented it or if I've come up with it. I'm pretty sure that that's what they're trying to do here, which is cool. That's a way of writing I can get around that lends itself to storytelling in a video game with multiple quests. Begging anyone who would listen, howling it to the wind. These days I almost feel like I understand. Anything else I can help you with? Yeah, sure. Okay, so the previous mayor had something awful going on. How's the day treating you? Says the dock worker. Do you ever process shipments for Blackstone Isle? That old ruin? Doubt it. Let's see. He flicks through a large logbook. It appears to be a record of shipping manifests. Thought so, it doesn't even have a shipping address. As far as I know, nobody lives there. What else can I do for you? Okay, so that's creepy. Is the man a ghost? Recluse to non-existence? Do you know of any shipwrecks around here? I know there are a few round the eastern side of the island, mostly rotted away by now I'd expect, or dashed apart by the waves. Poor souls kept hitting rocks in the fog, I guess. There's a blind spot back there where the lighthouse can't be seen. People get turned around. What else can I do for you? So perhaps east, behind this island? What do you know about any strange occurrences? I overheard a tale in the tavern some years ago. Sounded pretty strange to me. Supposedly some 20-odd years ago, a fisherman from these parts hauled up an old sealed casket from the sea floor. They pried it open and took what was inside for themselves. That very night the fog rolled in for the first time, and it has cloaked the seas every night since. What was in that accursed casket nobody knows. All of the crew that laid eyes on its contents went mad, or worse. The casket and crew have since disappeared without a trace, but the fog remains. Crazy stuff, huh? Yeah, this is great. This is that sort of pulp, I don't want to say Pulp Fiction because everyone just intuits that movie, but that pulpy hero horror of the 20s, which I love, you know, which honestly the Scarlet Seeker concept is taken after. But even things like, you know, The Mummy with Brendan Fraser and all that, tapping that adventurous spirit of that turn of the century time period thereabouts. What's it like working on the docks? Anyway, it reminded me of that. It actually reminded me of The Mummy, the idea of digging up this foreign treasure out there that's brought a curse upon people. And of course, this is very much Cthulhu-y, eldritch flavoured. It's great. I'm just enjoying it. I'm gushing a bit. As changeable as the weather, most days it's pretty quiet. The pay's not too great, but the work's straightforward and that suits me to a T. An honest man, I like it. I appreciate it. It's good to get that fresh sea breeze without actually being on the water. No offence, but you wouldn't get me out on those seas every day. Fair enough. I can understand it. The sea's not for everyone. Trader. Welcome. Found anything special lately? Sell all trinkets for 15 bucks. Well, that's not bad for one little slot. And where'd we find that? Dredging, didn't we? Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. So what's the play here? We could pass a little bit of time and attempt the ocean. Map. Oh, they've marked a little red cross where the shipwrecks were mentioned. I think that's what's happening. Find the belt buckle. Okay. Search for relics. So I think what we do is we pass enough time to turn off the eye and then we trek back in the night. Yeah. Is that the eye closed? Is that normally there? Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay. Okay. Will I be able to get that squid before dusk? Yes. Oh! An aberrant squid. Snag squid. Oh, is this slightly different? Tasting tongues writhe wildly around sets of yellowed, crooked teeth. The top row are flattened like human molars. I don't like that at all. Tasting teeth writhe wildly around a yellow set of crooked teeth. Yeah, that's where we read that. So, okay, we found both of them. Interesting. Rises from the depths at night to feed or be fed upon. Arrow squid 3. Because we've read up to... Yeah, the crabs we've read. Yeah, okay. Okay. Nice. Squeeze some squiddies in. Alright, we could maybe get one more. Is there going to be room for it somewhere? I mean, it doesn't look... I'm not hopeful. I mean, I could try and min-max a little bit more, but honestly, that's probably good enough. Squid and groper, stingray, and like planks. We're kind of laughing. We could check for crabs. Hopefully there's some little small ones. There we go. Yes. Nice. Mate, we got to put a blow-off valve on this thing. Oops. Oh, mate, we are chockers. Oh, I got an achievement, perfect packing. I think I got an achievement for filling all the slots. Okay, lighthouse keeper, what do you have to say? What is it? Do you know of any shipwrecks around here? She eyes you suspiciously. There's a spot near the back of Greater Marrow where the current carries in wreckage from the sea. On the other end of this island. Some nights you can see an unnatural glow rising from that patch of dark water. Oh, that's what that glow is behind the island. I can't imagine what's down there in the deep. So if you're looking for what I think you're looking for, it's best that you just move on. Oh. Have you heard of any strange things happening? I see plenty of strange things from atop the lighthouse. Sometimes I don't know whether or not I can trust my own eyes. She holds up the lantern so that it shines brightly onto your face. Are you really standing here in front of me? Or is this just another of the fog's tricks? Right, we've seen that with the rocks. We should crash into one to see what happens. I'm assuming you take damage. Who lives on Blackstone Isle? I see a lot from up here, you know. I saw that ill-fated boat return. I chose to look the other way. I watched an unnatural glow flicker through those windows. Whatever you've got planned, I hope you know what you're doing out there. Oh, so she's watching everything. What do you know about the old mayor of Little Marrow? I try not to think about him. It's a painful memory for us all. Some nights I still think I can hear the hum of his engines sailing past the bay. But I know he's gone, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. Oh wow, some pretty heavy-duty stuff happened with the last mayor. So let's talk to the builder. You approach a woman sitting on the dockside staring out to sea. She turns to you. What's it like out there? It's peaceful, it's difficult. I don't want to talk about it. It's peaceful. It's got to be a damn sight better than this bloody town. I think I just need to get away for a while. Maybe not come back. Going backwards is a mistake, don't you think? You should always keep moving forward, moving along. I can't go back. I don't want to move along. Oh, it's not so bad here. She's gazing out to sea again, lost in thought. Say, if you find me some materials, maybe you can help me move. I mean, really move. There's an island I've heard about, Steel Point, just to the north. 2 units of lumber and 2 units of scrap is all that I need. I can make a new place for myself out there. You'd be welcome to visit too. Just stack it up at Steel Point when you have anything. I'll pay you when the job's done. Okay, sure. It's out here? So maybe she'll create a new location. That's groovy. I wonder if the mayor's got anything to say about the previous mayor. What do you know about any strange occurrences? Well, I heard that my counterpart in Little Marrow met the most unfortunate end. Oh, from Little Marrow. They say he went quite mad suddenly. One day he was normal, the next he was pacing the shoreline, hurling people's belongings into the sea. After some days like this, he disappeared, never to be seen again. Nowadays, the tale of the old mayor is used to scare children. Not many remember him, myself included, and those that do remember don't seem to like to talk about it. The most unpleasant subject. Now, what else can I do for you? Do you know of any shipwrecks around here? Shipwrecks, unfortunately, there have been quite a few in recent years. The lighthouse helps, but even it struggles to cut through the fog some nights. We do our best to salvage and clear any shipwrecks that occur around this side of the island. That should make fishing a bit easier for you. Around the back, though, it's a little harder to get to. There are still some wrecks toward the deeper patches. You'll want to avoid that area. Now, what else can I do? Okay. Want to ask about the Ryder region? Not really. I'm going to just hold off on that. Is the fishmonger back in business? Oh, blinding headache today. Did you come by yesterday? I don't recall. Anyway, what can I do for you? Look at this. God, they're not cheap. But that's right. They call me Mr. Moneybags. Alright, so dry dock materials. Wood and screws. So it looks like nothing with just wood. I mean, let's just go down the list, eh? Oh. Oh, and that's what it'll expand over there. Okay, sure. Materials left here will be saved. Perfect. Okay, well that gives us a bit of a longer tail project to work on. And again, at this point, I mean, the weighted line plus 44%. And they give 10% each. Oh, okay, so the weighted line is a worthy purchase, to be honest. To storage? There we go. Let's do that. Yeah, simple skimmer, 10% base, I guess, 11% shallow. Yeah. So, uninstall. Install 3 hours. Right, yep, okay. Put that in storage. Fishing speed 138%. Very cool. Place to rest. Yeah, that's right. You just take a number. I've got plenty of other places to put that wood. Yeah. Do they replenish daily? That's what I wonder about. Or does it just replenish every time I duck in and out of his store? That I'm not sure about. Okay, so we've spoken to all of them. We don't have any research or anything. Okay, cool. So what would be the next step? Explore the shipwrecks. Yeah, I think so. Well, before I undertake such a task, we'll probably finish up there and save up because of the clock. Again, like I said, I'll work on this appeal. I'll come up with a system. But if you've made it this far through this episode, then chucking a like or a comment would be a big help. Let me know that you want me to keep going. Because if you're hearing this episode was likely made specifically for you in particular. Anyway, let me know if you want to see some more team. Otherwise, I might just leave it there for the time being. And I will catch you guys on the next one.